Hello everyone, my name is TechNgo. Today is my 3-year anniversary with AWS. It's so crazy to look back at how my journey started within the cloud industry. If you take a look at my first ever YouTube video, I was around at my 6-month mark at Amazon as a cloud support engineer. When it comes to getting into the cloud industry, I remember when I had zero experience where I did not even know what the cloud was, nor did I understand how cloud computing worked. And so my first journey all started through getting the AWS Cloud Practitioner. And once I was able to apply my knowledge from my IT help desk job into many different job applications, AWS was the one that responded to me. And seeing how my journey started from learning how to troubleshoot, learning more about the different kind of services within AWS, even though there's hundreds of services out there, I really got to learn a lot about networking and more so about the cloud industry. So fast forward my 1-year mark, that's when I first hit my promotion where I promoted from a cloud support associate to a cloud support engineer. This role then allowed me to take on even more projects on top of what I already did, supporting customers by phone, by calls, or by emails. And so taking all of those different kind of experiences and moving it into something brand new, I started interviewing people. I started taking on projects related to internal services where I got to improve these different services based on what I found and based on what other customers are saying, to the point where you build on top of those different services and make it even better than it was before. I was able to then mentor a whole bunch of new cloud support associates and just show them the ropes of what it was like for myself when I first got started and what is the best way to succeed. Fast forward my year 2 mark, again, this is continuing to take on projects. And this is where I was able to really let my projects shine to the point where I was really specializing in one particular AWS service. And that service was called AWS Outpost. AWS Outpost is where you install a physical AWS rack onto your on-prem location. Granted, this is extremely expensive. This is for really, really large companies out there. And this specialty in this service was what allowed me to transition to a domain specialist engineer. It sounds like a very cool title, and it really is. I really get to interact with a lot of different kind of customers and shine when it comes to being a leader. And I manage a whole bunch of different kind of customers, and I lead them by seeing what the architecture looks like, identifying what might be considered as best practices, and helping the customer understand what exactly is an AWS Outpost rack and what can we do to help them make the most out of that Outpost rack. Now, I don't want to dive too deep in particular to this role, but more so just about this journey in general, simply because getting into AWS was extremely fortunate for me. If I never joined this company, I would know absolutely nothing about the cloud to this day. And maybe, who knows, I might be at a different role where I might be learning networking, but not at the pace of AWS. In this company, I have learned to learn, which means I read documentation, I read internal documentation, then I take labs and I put it into practice. No matter what, day in, day out, I'm basically learning every single day and I'm facing new challenges. And that is what makes this total experience extremely rewarding. And I think if you're somebody that's really interested into getting into the cloud or maybe even the IT industry, you gotta have a passion to learn. If you do have that passion, I guarantee you're going to succeed no matter where you're at in the tech role, whether you just started just like me, or maybe you might have mid-level experience and you're just trying to gain a senior role. Throughout this entire journey, I've learned quite a lot, and I want to share my experiences with y'all so that way you know exactly what steps you should take in order to get into the cloud industry. So if you were to follow my footsteps, the easiest way to get into the cloud is to always practice on your labs. Don't wait for people to tell you what to do. And what I mean by that is you don't have to reach out to a mentor. If you really do have that hunger and you want to get into the cloud, you're already going to take projects without anyone telling you to do so. You're going to get curious on your own and learn how to do different things. For example, I picked up a Raspberry Pi without anybody telling me to, and I learned a lot more about Linux, but it wasn't because someone told me to do it. It's because I was genuinely interested in it, watched different kind of YouTube videos on what you can do with a Raspberry Pi, and then play around with it And again, you can do this not just with a physical hardware device, but you can do this with any kind of free software out there. For example, if you want to learn infrastructure as code, learn Terraform, learn CloudFormation. There's a whole bunch of different tools and softwares out there for you to utilize if you want to learn and accelerate your learning path. These are just a select few of things that you can do right now in order to jumpstart your journey into the cloud or into your next career. So I urge you to not wait for anyone. Don't wait for me to tell you. Don't wait for a potential mentor out there to tell you. Just do it yourself. Learn what makes sense for you. Utilize ChatGPT or any kind of artificial intelligence out there and say, hey, I want to get to the cloud industry. What are some different real world projects that I can do at this time where I can get hands-on with AWS? We have a free builder account for you to utilize, and you have 6 months to use up to 200 credits, which is absolutely insane because realistically, you're probably not even going to spend that many credits because if you're spinning up EC2 instances, they don't really take a lot of money. And it's extremely cheap to use the cheapest EC2 instance. And you can spin up for days on days and you would still be fine. But if you follow best practices, you'll know to use the EC2 when you can and to turn off when you're not using it. And that goes with any kind of service that you're trying to learn. How am I able to utilize this service with a whole bunch of different AWS services? If you're able to connect the dots, no matter what, you're going to succeed within AWS. That has been my 3-year journey so far and hopefully more to come. And what I want you to take away from this video is to understand that not everybody starts from the same path, but you have to start in order to even move anywhere. If you think that you can just sit back, relax, wait for your degree to come in, wait for a certification or study for a certification and expect that particular certification is going to land you a role, you're absolutely wrong. You have to go ahead and be extremely proactive with what you do, whether that's certifications or labs or even interview. You have to do all of these different things at the same time to really sharpen up your skills. And if you're able to do that, you'll succeed into landing your IT industry career or a cloud industry career role like a cloud support engineer. I hope this video has been helpful to you. My name is TechNgo. I know I haven't been posting for quite a while, but I promise you I'm going to make more videos and you're going to learn a lot about the cloud industry or about the AWS services that we have. So with that being said, thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.